Testing. One, two, three. Hello and welcome to another video from Keobastein. This is a lightning update to let you know what's going on with me and so many different fighting games because, as I said, I am a fighting game connoisseur. So I'm going to start giving my impression of current fighting games I am playing and the one that's come out. So let's get to it. Street Fighter 6. Currently, not really feeling the game. I got a chance to play at least up to about 20 something so hours into the game. I am playing on the PlayStation 4 Pro version, so I know that's not the most effective. I want to say effective. Let's say the most ideal way to play it with the additional input lag and whatnot. But I haven't tried to play the World Tour mode because I don't care for World Tour mode. I don't care for the distraction modes and everything and whatnot. But so I've mostly been playing just the training mode and the online battle mode. And what I can say, Street Fighter 6 is definitely an improvement from Street Fighter 5. I am still not a fan of Street Fighter 6 overall as a game, or even better yet, I'm not a fan of Street Fighter as a fighting game in general. I do love the series because it was my entry into fighting game from Street Fighter 2, so I love that. But as I play other fighting games, I really just look at Street Fighter and be like, you're still doing the same thing over again. And that's kind of my issue with Street Fighter 6. In fact, going to say it's actually my issue with a lot of current modern fighting games. A lot of modern fighting games have basically went from being very open and expansive back in the early 2010s to now just taking things away to try to zero in and focus on a particular aspect. And right now, Street Fighter 6, while it did reopen its game back up, I just feel like I can get the experience I want at the other fighting games, and even they evolve the experience. And I go into that with the other games when I come up to it. But overall, Street Fighter 6, I hate its 6-button layout. I hate how the parry mechanic is designed in this game in particular, and I'm just not really feeling Street Fighter 6. It's also definitely a much more, Street Fighter's always been a character mastery game in my opinion. So even though I have my boy Honda, I'm not feeling Honda. I tried Dawson, but I'm also not really feeling Dawson. So what may pull me back into Street Fighter 6 may be the new character Aki, since that's another character who I'm definitely feeling, at least aesthetic wise. I am praying that she's going to be like Fong, where she's a quirky goofball idiot character. Just make her funny. I definitely want my funny characters back. We got Honda, which is great, but we definitely need some more of that and whatnot. So I'm hoping Aki may be something like that, but I'm not holding my bated breath. Scroll go second encore. So I am still trying to get my bearings in this game. I've been watching a lot more Skullgirl videos of how to play the game. I have a better idea how the game is. I'm definitely trying to come to terms with the fact that the game is definitely a lot more muscle memory heavy as well as reset, because I'm already playing another game that also forcing a lot of those resets into the game, so I'm getting myself there. I definitely at least have somewhat of a team, at least with Painwheel and Dahlia. Like, those two characters I really like, and I'm really trying to add into my game plan. I probably really need to just go ahead and just add Bit Bam, because that is probably also one of my characters. He is the defensive powerhouse character. He is one of the best support characters in the game. There's really no reason for me to not use Bit Bang, but for the fact that I know everybody basically hates him. Not by everybody, I mean a good majority of the community, and he was overly representative, and I got an issue of, well, I see the character everywhere, even I feel less inclined to lose it. But fuck that, he has parry. I really need to just get over myself. But yeah, trying to get my bearings from Skullgirls, and that's that. Punch Planet. Ooh. If you want to talk about a game that made me really question me as a fighting game player, Punch Planet is kind of doing it. In fact, Punch Planet is... I have my issues with Punch Planet. Let me talk about issues. I admire Punch Planet. This is a game I definitely want to admire from afar because I love how it looks aesthetically. I like the character design. I do like the mechanics that the game does have, but it's also one of my issues of, it's a 6-button fighting game, and it definitely leans more closer to the tradition. Sorry, if you want to talk about the most traditional of fighting games, is definitely still harboring a lot of those traditional fighting games. The character I want to try to play is Arnold, because I did somewhat had a character crisis where I didn't really have a character I wanted to play. I did mess with Tiara, and she's nice. She's fine. She's definitely still in my sub category, but I wasn't really in love with her. But then we got Arnold, and I really feel Arnold as a character, but that character requires so much chart partitioning. I'm trying to do their bread and butters, and it is, because how difficult it is, it made me contemplate, do I even want to keep playing, because I can't do his bread and butters. But yeah, my skill issue is coming. Like, I don't know if I sure want to play this, even though there are other fighting games that I definitely have skill issues elsewhere, because I'm not an execution good player. But I'm like, I'll deal with it. I'll circumvent it. But this game, I'm like, I'm not sure you want to deal with it. Rumblefish 2. I got mixed feelings on Rumblefish 2. Another game I kind of admire, but another game that I'm also getting myself frustrated when I do play it. I am definitely not a fan with how difficult it is for me to not stop players from being very aggressive. Granted, I also learned that I'm playing a character who's not good at stopping aggression. They're more, or at least that's at least what I'm told. I'm still figuring it out. I'm kind of somewhat in a character crisis, maybe not even character crisis. I mess with Hikari. I really like Hikari. She's a character I really like aesthetically, and I even like her tools, but she's actually more of a set play rushdown character. So I am trying to adopt that, and it's becoming challenging. I should try to play more as Cheryl, because that's what she's more of my play style, even though I don't care for her aesthetically, like, at all, really. Like, I'm not feeling her as a character, but she has a function, and I'm sort of willing to do that. I'm sort of willing to play her for the function's sake, just so I can at least say I am playing Rumblefish 2. I'm sorry, if Cheryl's gonna let me play Rumblefish 2, then I should just, just suck up my tongue and try playing Cheryl. There was Buzzo, but even he's difficult. He's a stance character, sorta, kinda. He's tricky. He's tricky. So I'm not sure I'm gonna go back to Buzzo. Uniclear. While I can say I'm missing the game, I'm realizing I have to restart back from scratch while playing the game. And what I mean by that is, I was playing Yuzuriha, and while I was having some success with Yuzuriha, there were some skill issues I had with Yuzuriha. One of the skill issues was I had a bad habit of double tapping the D button, which is integral to Yuzuriha in her stance mode. So there were a lot of times to manage my stance or certain things, I would double tap D, and it will either get me Vorpal or, no, not Vorpal, chain shift unintentionally, which really ruins some of my game plan. And even then, I started to realize she is very kinetic, very active playstyle, which is kind of pushing me away from her. She's very active, and I'm not that comfortable playing that active in that type of a game. Personally, I like to somewhat play slow, and the activeness of Yuzuriha has kind of thrown me off. And at the same time, when I even did have some sense, I kind of felt a lot of time it was just, well, I'm doing well because Yuzuriha. Or how about, there you go. Yuzuriha allowed me to bypass a lot of the fundamentals of Undernight Embers, and I eventually felt like, I'm not playing Undernight Ember, I'm just playing Yuzuriha, and I want to understand Undernight Ember, so I wanted to separate from Yuzuriha, and now I'm playing Enkidu, who I'm feeling him, but since I'm feeling like I'm starting back from scratch, I am not even hesitate to try to go back out to the wild with Enkidu. I just need to kind of just step in there, but yeah, because I'm starting back from scratch, I am just kind of labbing Enkidu for the time being. DNF Duel. This new update, I had very high prospect for it, and when I first got the patch notes, I was kind of really digging what I was seeing, what they did to Lost Warrior, but seeing the actual final results of the patch has put me in a bit of a funk. One of the things I liked about Lost Warrior was his high damage output, and now they kind of neutered that for him to play slightly more aggressive, somewhat better neutral, but mostly they want him to be more aggressive, and that's just what I wasn't really trying to play as Lost Warrior, but I think that's to be expected. Lost Warrior was like an outlier in the cast where everybody was meant to be a pressure lockdown character to some eventual checkmate scenario, and now they did make Lost Warrior the status quo, and I'm kind of just no longer really feeling him at that moment. Nitro Plus Blaster, honestly, always a good time. I really enjoy the game. I mean, it is one of my favorite games. Always playing has been fun. I definitely have been somewhat cycling between who I want as a sub. I was going between Orca. Also, what's the other girl's name? I can't remember. Oh, Ignis. But I might settle on Saya. I think I'm starting to feel Saya as my secondary to complement Muramasa for her bad matchup. Because there are just some matchups I'm just fuck. Well, I got two bad matchups for Muramasa. First bad matchup, very very fast characters. Got freaking Ruli, Ian, and L. Their speed really, really annoys me. But then my second bad matchup is fucking online. Oh boy. Muramasa is such a difficult character to play online, and it gets to a point to where I get frustrated playing her in that setting. It is my fault though, so I can't be mad at the game because I'm choosing to play this character. But playing online gets so frustrating because how precision you need to be, which I'm willing to do it for Muramasa, which may sound weird, but am I willing to do it for Yuzuriha? Nah, I don't love Yuzuriha that much. But Muramasa, I will live to do that for her. So, yeah, but otherwise, Nitro Plus Blaster, great time, still digging the game. So, that's Nitro Plus Blaster. Murphy. Honestly, this is kind of turning out to be the game of the year for me, or at least the indie fighting game of the year to me. There are some other fighting games that are still coming down, dropping. I don't think they will put me in as much as Murphy, since I almost love everything about Murphy, and Murphy's just been on my mind a lot. I've been trying to play and grind that game the most. It's very easily accessible, but it has an open system. I like the theming between characters. They're just very unique characters. King Ro is the best, and that is my dude. But I'm also starting to feel Durago. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I'm starting to feel Durago. And I still may want to mess with Atlas here or there, because Atlas is still kind of interesting. And there's Bo. Bo is cute. He's cute or funny. Irregardless, there's Bo. Regardless, Murphy. Probably my indie fighting game of the year. And hey, go get it. Go play it. If there was a game for me to recommend right now, I would definitely recommend that. So yeah, Murphy. Them Fighting Hers. A game that I want to love, but I'm having difficulty loving. Love the art style. I actually enjoy the single player mode that I play in this game and whatnot. The training mode is robust and everything. The characters are quirky and unique, and I am a S brony, so this should be all me. But no character is really speaking to me at the moment. I was messing with Velvet, but don't really like her. Too much zoning for my taste. Arizona is too rushed on for my taste. Tiana, maybe a little bit more too missile for my taste, but I haven't played her enough. Pom Pom, I was kind of feeling her, but the skill issue of her bread and butter made me want to not play her and whatnot. So I just had a real issue of finding any character that really spoke to me. Though I think I might have a character that I'm at least now eyeing, because people say he might be best for me, or rather, just going to Mizuno Wikipedia, they say he has the best defensive options, and that's Texas. Didn't really care for Texas as a character, but his function, if his function can pull me into them fighting hers, I may just step into the Texas bandwagon. But I need to buy him, and I haven't bought him yet, so that's gonna take a while. So that's what's going on with them fighting hers. Phantom Breaker Omnia. I've been trying to spread the love of Phantom Breaker Omnia, trying to get people to get into the game. Every time the game goes on sale, I try to buy a copy and send it out to people and whatnot. as far as me playing the game itself, I mean, I still grind it heavily, but I still got some but actually, so I just actually got the notification of my limited edition coming into the mail, and because I'm getting my limited edition in the mail, I think that solidifies that Phantom Breaker Omnia is not getting any more further updates or patches, which I'm a bit disappointed because I am not the happiest in Phantom Breaker Omnia's current state. I'm still not a fan of how guard meter works, how guard bar works, personally. I am personally not a fan of overall how hardstyle is in general. Like the hardstyle is more or less, I feel, neuter to the point of barely being good outside of a few characters who mostly just need very good defensive option, but I just don't feel hardstyle is that good. And I think it shows where even Shiro Makoto, who's a character who's designed to be all in hardstyle, is considered one of the worst characters in the game by both American and Japanese people. So it really shows that personally. And then there's even just the balance between characters that really just kind of still makes me feel a bit. I feel we could do a bit more with some of these characters to make them feel a bit more viable and better. Definitely Artifactor needs help. I feel Infinity needs help. Artifact Infinity. Finn definitely needs some help. Maybe even Ren to some extent. I hesitate to say Ren because I actually do think Ren has potential to be unlocked, but I'd still be lying if I say it. I can still see why some people feel he may not be that great. I think even Kokoa may still have some issues, and Waka as well. So I'm just kind of in a weird place with Phantom Breaker Omnia, where it is one of my all-time favorite fighting games. If we talk about Phantom Breaker Extra, which I felt just actually that's another issue. I don't like the fact how the extra characters and Artifactor all have really poor stun. In fact, Shizuka also got it worse too. Shizuka needs to get her stun adjusted because she could never get stunned, and that's really grinds a gear personally for me. So yeah, I feel the game just needs still a few more tune-ups, but it looks like we're just kind of stuck with Phantom Breaker Omnia as it is, and fine. I still glad that it is here. I still glad that it exists. So fine. Maybe some people could discover some stuff and show some things. So here's hoping. Multi-Blood Type Lumina. I don't hate the game. No, I don't hate it. No, I do love the game. Not love. I'm not gonna say love. I admire the game a lot. When there's tournament and scenes going on, I am down to watch Type Lumina match videos and whatnot. Playing the game's kind of a different story. I definitely at least have found a character in Mario. I do enjoy Mario, but do I actually like Multi-Blood Type Lumina mechanics? I like it, but it's just so much of a shadow of its former self. In fact, going back to what I said with Street Fighter or in modern fighting games, a lot of modern fighting games just don't open their game up. They're more like, hey, we're kind of become more restrictive and focus on doing one or two particular thing, and don't let the game be as open. Like going from, let's say, Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter 5, the V trigger system overshadow what you could do in Street Fighter 4 with the focus attack, the focus attack and ultra bar and whatnot and everything. Then again, all these games I feel are very restricted compared to Street Fighter Alpha 2. But getting back to what I said, like Guilty Gear Strive has much less canceling mechanic and options compared to regular. And when I look at Multi-Blood Type Lumina, it is the same situation where Multi-Blood Type Lumina is much more restricted than Multi-Blood after getting current code. So because I've just been so spoiled by after getting current code, it makes it difficult for me to appreciate Type Lumina. With that said, though, I can easily say Type Lumina is the most open fighting game out of the current modern fighting games. Like if you're in the running for all the current fighting games, if you look at DNF Duel, if you look at Guilty Gear Strive, if you look at Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 11, Multi-Blood Type Lumina is still the most open by proxy to just how much of its system is still open with the rebeat system, with the Moon Drive system. I mean, backdash are still invisible. Thank fucking God. Mobility is still in the forefront with Multi-Blood Type Lumina. So by that proxy, it's like I would definitely jump on playing Type Lumina before I jump on Guilty Gear Strive, before Street Fighter 6, before Mortal Kombat 11, before DNF Duel and whatnot. I'll jump on Type Lumina before I jump on any of those games. So if I was even to go to a local, I would join a Type Lumina tournament in a heartbeat. But the other games, I will be like, I will think on it while I look for the casuals for the niche games. Blade Strangers. Started playing the game a bit more. Starting to understand a few things more with the game. In fact, I am trying to rethink Keobastein from being, in the top 10 to maybe actually not bump her even higher. Or better, some of the characters who I thought were her bad matchup, worst matchup, like Quote, I'm starting to rethink they're maybe not as bad as I initially thought they were after playing a good long session with one of the Blade Stranger players. Actually, I am very much impressed with just how much Blade Stranger, Studio Size, and the people who made Blade Stranger actually really calculate and coordinate the game to be like, we got this to cover this, we got that to cover that, and everything. Like Blade Stranger is definitely a game that kind of has we made this tool specifically for this situation most of the time, and they all kind of work together. Like a lot of things just feels good and close together. Blade Stranger just feels good. But what will I do for a rematch function? I do enjoy the game, but I hate how every time a match ends, we gotta see the character win screen, then we gotta go to the lobby, and then we gotta pick our characters again, and then the match starts, and it really kills the game time personally for me. But with that said, it's still a delightful game to play in the end. Arcana Hearts. I need to play the game more. I actually have been playing the game more, and I am digging it. Arcana Hearts still one of my top 5 fighting games, and it's still holding out very well. I found a secondary in Kathy so far. I'm enjoying my games with her, and still enjoying the game overall. Arcana Heart, good time, but I'm not surprised because Team Arcana games just are that fucking good. I really enjoy their games. And also the community is just sick as fuck too. Yeah, like playing with those guys, Nekahime who keeps doing those monthly tournaments, bi-weekly tournaments. Regardless, you're the GOAT. Keep up the good work. And with that, I think that kind of covers everything. So, peace. See y'all later.